Well, you guessed it, back down at the Syndicate again. Really looking forward to this trip. It's going to be really good, I hope, man. I've just got here. We're on Saturday the 21st of February, just coming up for 10 o'clock. My friend's just gone off to get his stuff, so he'll be back down here soon. We'll be down here till tomorrow afternoon. Let's hope we get some beauties out. You know, the last trip down here was fantastic. Weather was a bit bad, but I just worked through it, stuck with it, and I got a beautiful fish in the end. So, I mean, just looking out over this lake today, it looks fantastic. I'm really, really looking forward to this trip, guys. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get set up now while I wait for my friend to arrive. Yeah, we'll talk about a few different bits and pieces as we go through the day. Not sure how much filming I'll get done today because obviously going to spend a bit of time with my friend chit-chatting about that. But yeah, let's see how it goes, man. Very, very excited, guys. Very, very excited. It's going to be a good one, I think. Yeah, let me just show you again. That's where I had that girl from last week, just off the reeds. Oh, I'm so terrible at this bit. Reeds over there. I'll stick a little marker. I'm terrible at doing that, as you know. But yeah, that's the lake. It's looking crisp. Absolutely beautiful. Water levels are reasonable at the minute, man. All the decking's out of water, as you can see. Yeah, we're not going to venture around the other side because the mud's still pretty bad and we don't want to mess the place up. You know, just being respectful. Staying on this side here. Yeah. Guys, I'm going to say see you in a little while and I'm going to get set up and get fishing. Happy days. Alright guys, unfortunately I forgot my normal camera that I normally set up on there. But we're just going to have to work with the phone today. But we'll still try and get as much on. I'm just going to have to work with the phone today, but I'll still try and get as much footage as I can. And we'll do our best to, yeah, show what's happening. But yeah, get set up. A good little tip for this time of year is always keep a check on your buzzers. You know, I got really hit by the weather last session, and for a few sessions before, it really punishes the alarms, and especially the batteries inside them. Make sure everything's dried out and double check your batteries all the time. You know, I'm going through batteries much faster this time of year than I standardly would in the summer, obviously because the cold weather really zaps into them. You can choose different better batteries and stuff like that, and you can shop around and get ones which you can stand through the cold a bit more, but I'd still always keep a double check on battery life of the buzzers. You don't want to be caught out here without any, so bring some extras with you and always check them, man. So the free bait is going to be pretty much the same as last week. I've got a couple of different flavours in there and stuff like that this week, but we'll run through that later. But it's the same sort of thing. I'm using boilies, dark coloured boilies, as a carrying agent for the glogs and the flavours and the attractors that I want to get moving through the water to try and drag the fish in. So that's the idea. I don't know if you can see that there or not. They're pretty well glogged up. Garlic and stuff like that on there again, but we'll go over that a bit more later. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head over there and we're gonna get a little bit of bait in the water now. So I've got some nice stinky bait in the water now, and that's gonna be going through the layers. But what we're gonna use is hook bait as well. That's in the other bucket. So we're going to go on one straight back on the old berry ones from Sticky Baits, the bright pink ones. We had one off of last week. Obviously I think that's a really good call for that. With that, literally a little tiny bag of pellet. They're not very big, pre-made at home to save time. Just going to hook that on there, and I'm also going to cover it with a little bit of glue before I put it in. So let's get down to the water and get this one out. Alright guys, just a quick check-in. Pretty quiet night last night, to be fair. A few knocks and a few bleeps, but still had a really good time. Some really nice yesterday. My mate Drew was down here. My brother-in-law Paul come down for a look around. One of the owners and his daughter come down, so that was really nice. Met one of the other members yesterday. Absolutely fantastic. There's another one on the lake now as well. He's a really nice guy as well. There's one that's got my attention down there. We're in a little bay here. I'm just having a walk around this morning to see if I can see anything, because it was a bit quiet last night. A few knocks and that, but you know, the rain was really heavy again. Water levels are still really good, and we've got a few hours left, so still hopeful, man. But you know, that's winter fishing for you. You can't win them all, you know. So yeah, we're back at it now, and I'm gonna get back at it. I had a little walk around, see if I can see anything. I can't at the minute. Well, I did see a nice one jump just a second ago off the point over here, which was pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, gonna get back at the rods back out, and speak to you in a bit, guys. So just up at this little bay bit again, just keeping my voice down a bit, because I've seen a couple of fish jump over this way now. So yeah, I might move one rod up here. I'm not sure yet. So that's the area that I've been sort of fishing the whole time I've been here. Been baiting up all along there and at different rigs, but we'll go into that a bit more in a minute. But Seen some fish jump over here and here. That was pretty good. Did go over there and have a look in the bay, but I couldn't see any there by the time I got there. I did visit a couple of times checking it out, but yeah, just nothing really there. So spent most of the time fishing over here again, obviously, because that's where we had to fish last week. So that's the primary area I've been fishing whilst I've been here on this trip. Started off with 2 Ronnie rigs out here and here with a bait. Quite a bit of bait went in that area and scattered along the long line of the reeds there. I later on moved off and put one right at the end of the reeds over here and kept the other one down there and just kept sprinkling small amounts of bait through the time I was here. Later on I decided to move one over the far end over there where I see fish jumping around a little bit. Just 2 fish, but it was a decent sized fish, the first one, and the other one a low double. Unfortunately, after walking around there and having a good look a few times, it didn't actually come off anything, but it's always good to look around and check. I walked around the lake a couple of times today trying to find decent spots and try and find the fish, but it's always difficult this time of year. At the moment, I'm actually now fishing here with a krill active bottom bait with 5 krill active boilies in a stocking around it. My other rod is over here at the minute, which I've been roaming about with a zig rig on it. So let's have a look at some of the baits that we've been using. This is the krill active by Sticky, good old trusted bait, absolutely brilliant with the active coating on there. That all breaks down and it's really, really nice. One of my favourites. Used it for absolutely years. Weren't getting any bites, so why not give it a go, you know? So that's out there at the second. Obviously with the zigs out there at the second as well. Also been using, you know, CC Moore's live stick for yellow pop-ups, absolutely fantastic. Only 2 and a few bits left in the pot, so obviously a good one. Same as we was using the other day, the bright pink pop-ups from Stickies, it's the berry ones. Really nice, first time I've used them, but I just want something that's really bright, and they're definitely that, and they smell really nice. And then from Stickies, the bloodworm pop-ups, absolutely brilliant. Again, pot's pretty empty, so they're obviously good. But yeah, that's a look at some of the baits that we've got out there today. We'll have a look at some of the free feed that I've been putting out as well. So there you can see that, guys, just really seriously glazed up boilies again. Really similar to the last week that we used. Lots of flavours in there, lots of liquids over the top of there. Boilies are pretty much a carrier agent. I've got a few different types in there, but the main one is just the one from Angling Direct, spicy crab. The only real difference is obviously some of the boilies, but the main difference is actually, to be fair, the fact I didn't get liver gut this time around. I went for the bloodworm, cloudy bloodworm juice. So that's on there this week. Just fancy trying that. I'll probably go back to the liver though as well, because that works. But yeah, just something different to try this week. We'll try a few different things and then, you know, see which one works best. That's all you can do. But that's what we used this week. So I'm pretty much all packed up now. The trip's nearing up at an end. I think I'll be here for about another half hour, maybe a little bit more. So still a chance in a bite, but you know, got another big trip coming up very soon, which is going to be awesome. So really looking forward to that. But I'm going to make this like a series. I don't know what it's going to be called yet. I've not thought about it. By the time it's edited, obviously it'll be the title. But I'm going to make it a series of films at this lake, see how we grow and find out. There's some beautiful fish in there, absolutely conkers. The one I had the other day, it wasn't the biggest out of the lake, and it was the first time that fish ever went to 30, which is fantastic. And I got to name the fish, so I named the cluster for the little cluster of scales at the end of the tail, which I thought was really nice, you know. But yeah, what a special moment that was, and a great fish to catch. Special moment with big especially the history of the fish, and then getting the, you know, the honour of naming it. That was just fantastic. But as I say, it's looking like maybe we're not so lucky this time around, but I'm going to be back for a 4-day trip very soon. So hopefully with a bit more time here, we can crack the secret a bit more. We've got some really good weather coming up, guys. Like, so hopefully with a bit of sunshine down here instead of the rain, we might do even better as well. So it's got to be me and my friend down here for that trip, and I think Alfie might be joining us for a little while as well. So that'd be really good. But that's about all I've got to say at the second. So if I don't catch a fish, I'll say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if I do, then I'll put it on. This won't be the end, but if not, see you in the next video very soon. Keep fishing, guys. Life's better on the bank.